We see a lot of questions from people planning a trip to Copenhagen, especially Copenhagen at Christmas time. It's natural to have a lot of questions before you travel, so we created this video to answer those questions. My name is Derek and I've been living in Copenhagen since 2017, and I've hosted many friends and family over the years in every different season of the year. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through all the things you need to know if you're planning a trip to Copenhagen at Christmas. We'll explore what to expect from the Danish weather in November and December and how to pack accordingly. I'll tell you the best Christmassy things to do, see, eat, and even drink, and even what Christmas shopping you should do while you're here to check off your shopping list as you enjoy the city of Copenhagen at Christmas. Let's have a little chat about the winter weather vibes in this charming Christmas city. First things first, Copenhagen's Christmas weather is like a box of chocolate, never the same, and it changes faster than you can say julehygge. In the months of November and December, you'll find that Copenhagen gets an average of 17 days of precipitation, and usually in the form of rain. Sorry, snow enthusiasts, there's not much accumulating snow in Copenhagen's winter wonderland. But what about temperatures? Now, you can expect average highs of about 4 degrees Celsius or 39 degrees Fahrenheit. But hold on to your winter hats, y'all, because it feels even colder than that thanks to Copenhagen's coastal climate. It's a wet cold. Oh, and it's also windy, which makes things feel even chillier than the temperature might suggest. And because the sun says hi so early, the darkness adds an extra chill to the air too. It's like winter's giving us one more reason to bundle up and grab a hot drink. So stay warm out there when you're visiting Copenhagen. Back to you, me.
Now, let's talk about what you should be packing so that you can stay warm and look stylish during your winter trip to Copenhagen at Christmas. First of all, waterproof jackets are non-negotiable. You're going to need something warm that can handle the inevitable rain that you'll experience during your trip. Layering is also key because you'll be moving from indoors to outdoors and possibly even under a heat lamp. Just like your jacket, you want to make sure that you have footwear that is waterproof and insulated. Whether it's winter boots or a pair of sneakers with insulation, you'll want to pack some thick wool socks and sturdy footwear that can handle the winter weather and cobblestone streets of Copenhagen. Oh, and if you want to get around like a local, by bike, you'll also want some waterproof pants to make sure that your booty stays dry as you're cycling around the city. Of course, the accessory that you really need to complete your warm winter look is a nice scarf. I'd never really considered scarves essential items until my first winter living in Copenhagen. Now for those hands, you'll want to keep those warm as well, so a pair of gloves that are leather, wool, or faux fur are fine, but no mink. Pack gloves that fit your outfit, but also ones that are practical, so a waterproof pair of gloves with a touchscreen friendly feature is fantastic. Now, as you spend the day hopping around from Christmas market to Christmas market, you can stay extra warm by having some insulated long underwear or some kind of leggings on under your pants. In summary, keep it layered, waterproof, practical, and warm, but save room in your bags for souvenirs. Now, I'll tell you where to do your Christmas shopping in Copenhagen and what souvenirs to buy to bring home with you later on in this video.
Now, let's talk about how to spend your time and the best things to do in Copenhagen at Christmas. One of the most obvious things to do is enjoy the enchanting Christmas markets. They're sprinkled all over the city. From Christiania to Nyhavn, there's a market for everyone, offering local crafts, seasonal foods and drinks, and the Christmas vibes that you planned this trip to find. We even have a guide to Christmas in Copenhagen that contains an interactive map and will guide you to each Christmas market, as well as the most festive stores, attractions, restaurants, and landmarks that we think you should visit while you're in Copenhagen at Christmas. We have plenty of additional inspiration, and you can access it from the link in the description or the QR code that's flashing on the screen. Now, when it comes to Copenhagen Christmas markets, there are several that are open daily from early November through Christmas, and others that operate in more of a pop-up fashion for 1 or 2 weekends during the season. For most visitors, the crown jewel of Copenhagen Christmas markets, though, is the awe-inspiring beauty of Tivoli at Christmas. Trust me, it's like stepping into a winter wonderland. Lights, decorations, and the festive spirit are all cranked all the way up, and you feel like you're walking onto the set of a Hollywood Christmas movie. The rides are open, there are shows and spectacles to enjoy, and it's perfect for families, couples, or solo travelers. There is paid entry, but it's worth every Danish kroner and will be a highlight of your trip. And if you're feeling a bit theatrical, you can catch the Crazy Christmas Cabaret. It's a show in English at Tivoli, and it's a riot of laughter, music, and holiday cheer. A very unique experience that you won't find elsewhere. And the tickets to the show include entry to Tivoli Gardens. Make sure you subscribe because we're also working on another video with tips that are specifically for visiting Tivoli at Christmas. Another spectacular Christmas backdrop is at Copenhagen Zoo. Venture inside and you'll find all of your favorite friends of the animal kingdom in a newly transformed habitat. That's been transformed into twinkling winter paradise with lights, decorations. It's a magical escape and you will just love it as much as your kids. If you want something more active, lace up your ice skates because the ice skating rink at the Bridge Street Kitchen is fantastic. For most of the year, it's a street food park along the waterfront, but in the winter months, it's an ice skating rink. You'll find it's the perfect way to spend an afternoon in the winter whipping around the rink with stunning backdrops of Copenhagen Harbor and the Kissing Bridge. Even though the street food stalls are mostly closed for the season, you can still order hot chocolate that you can drink while you take a break from skating. Now let's talk about shopping. For a fun and festive stroll, walk down Skål, the world's longest pedestrian shopping street. Whether you're doing some window shopping or picking out souvenirs, you won't be let down. And if you're in a mood for a bit more, explore the treasures in the Magasin department store. Some great local gifts can be purchased at these shops, as well as all the Christmas markets around Copenhagen. If you need some inspiration, a Christmas nitsa makes a great gift. So does a julehart, which you can find like an ornament like this. Christmas designs from Royal Copenhagen are also popular gifts that you can find in Copenhagen, wrap, and bring home to give to your family on Christmas Day. Now, of course, you'll want to embark on a culinary adventure through the winter wonderland of Copenhagen. And a quick tip, make sure that you make a table reservation and arrive to it on time. It's very important in Copenhagen, and you could be turned away without a reservation. Also, leave some time to try the year-round classics like a local Danish hot dog or a new Nordic meal. But there are some very specific Christmas foods and drinks that you'll want to include in your trip planning. Now, to make your Christmas experience merry and bright, you should try the traditional Danish Christmas meal or Christmas lunch and expect to be sat for several hours. This meal is going to include roast pork and duck, plus boiled potatoes, caramelized potatoes, red cabbage and gravy, and risalamande, which is the big Christmas dessert in Denmark. It's a rice pudding topped with cherry sauce and usually some almonds. If you opt for the Christmas version, there will be some other additions as well, like herring and other fish, cold marinated salmon, and leverpostej, which is like a liver pate with crispy bacon. There's also duck confit, roasted pork, and that famous dessert. Now, some restaurants will offer you a custom sampling of all the different Danish Christmas foods, and we have some favorite restaurants that we think you should try out in our Copenhagen Christmas Guide. Some of our other favorites are peppernuel, which are these spiced pepper cookies that you'll find to be the perfect holiday snack. Pop 1, 2, or even a dozen of them with a cup of coffee, and you are officially in Christmas bliss. For something else sweet, you have to try æbleskia. Oh, the sweet spherical joy that is æbleskia. This word translates to apple slices, but today it doesn't contain any apple slices anymore. It's probably best described as a fluffy Danish pancake ball that's dusted with powdered sugar and paired with a dollop of jam. You can find them at every Christmas market, most restaurants, and even Copenhagen Starbucks. And there are other seasonal snacks to try as well. And I have a feeling friends will leave some of their favorites in the comments below. But for now, let's switch over to beverages, because what's Christmas without a cup of something warm and delightful like gløgg? Trust me, it tastes better than it sounds. It's the Danish version of a spiced mulled wine, and it's a festive essential. Imagine cinnamon, cloves, and a hint of orange warming your soul with every sip. It's the liquid embodiment of holiday coziness, and it's usually garnished with some raisins and chopped almonds that you can then eat afterwards with a spoon once you finish the drink. For beer enthusiasts, julebryg is your go-to Christmas brew. Denmark has a proud brewing tradition, and beer makers of all sizes create their own Christmas brew every year. Expect a rich malty flavor in these seasonal beers and find your favorite during your trip. Craving a classic? Wrap your hands around a comforting cup of hot chocolate and top it with whipped cream or marshmallows. It's the perfect way to keep warm during a chilly Copenhagen evening at the Christmas markets. And most stands will even spike yours with a shot of amaretto or hard liquor if you need a little extra warmth. And on that note, don't forget the piece de resistance of Danish Christmas called snaps. At least once you'll want to raise a glass of this traditional Danish aquavit to toast the season. It has aromatic herbal notes and it's the perfect way to elevate your Christmas cheer. And to keep in the spirit of drinking glögg around town at all the best Christmas markets, this video right here will tell you even more about the traditional drink and the Christmas markets that serve it to the public every year. Click this one here and don't forget to download our Christmas guide and free guides to Copenhagen from the link in the description or the QR code that you see on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hi.